see the comments.
And I believe we are live. So, with that being said, what's goody, all my beautiful people out there in the tube of the U? It's your boy J Nuck over here at Hookah. And today, just gonna talk some hookah with my boy from Hookah and Beyond, the one, the only, Adam Rice. Adam, would you like to introduce yourself?
Yeah, how's it going, everybody? You guys might have seen me on this channel before with Behind the Clouds. We just kind of decided to do a little impromptu hangout right here, and my notifications on Facebook are still buzzing. So if you guys are watching from over there, I think we just posted the link to the Hook Enthusiast page, and I think Eric posted it on Twitter and all kinds of places.
Out there in the tube of the U, it's your boy J Nuck.
And as you see, I just pulled up the video, so now I'm in the live chat, so now I can talk with you wonderful people.
Quick shout out to the first here, Ghost Obsessed. What up, man? What up, what up, what up? So a few things to note real fast. I'm not wearing a hat, and that's in honor of Adam because he never wears a hat. So I just wanted to,
Aw,
honor. I wanted to honor our guest.
I feel that love right there.
You feel the feels. The feels are
I
here.
do, I do. I get it. Like, some people wish I would wear a hat because I'm starting to look a little, hippie or homeless. So now the story, I'll tell people the story behind that because I start getting comments, certain people are like, cut your hair, cut your hair. Well, if you know our very own Fletcher from the Hookah Hipsters, Hookah TV, he does hair. He is like a hairstylist, apparently really good, at least he tells me, and I hope he is. Because I'm going to be seeing him in a couple weeks, and I figured I might as well give him like the best canvas I possibly can. So I am just creating the canvas so he can do the art when I finally see him in a couple weeks. So that's the story with that. So yeah, I should probably get a hat in the meantime.
I must say that's a good patch of lettuce. That's a good crop of lettuce up there. It's a good canvas. So he's going to do some great things with that, I presume. Like we always do at the beginning, let's get into setups and what we're smoking. I'm smoking out of my Spyro Design Monster, which has been like the flavor of the month for me so far in 2015. I love this little thing. I got my Brazilian Thunder Dark Pro. No, Thunder Dark, not Pro. Why'd I say that? It's the Thunder Dark hose with the mouth tip. Got the Samsaris bowl, Lotus. Got 4 coconut coals, light heat, so don't worry, guys. Not burning anything.
Are you using the Leonaras?
I'm using the Leonaras.
Same, yep.
So I'm smoking. I decided to go with Pure's Fresh Mint, which is a staple. It's always a good mixer, mixed with Very Berry, and I threw in some Alfacker Sparkle to kind of give it that twang. So I got a nice mix going. What about you, Adam? What are you smoking?
I'm smoking the unreleased Haze What a Mint right now, actually. So I know some of you guys out there have seen this kind of teased and a few people, talking about it, posting up about it. So I'm having a little bowl of that. And I'm smoking out of KM Beast with the Goodfellow bowl. I'm using the Flavor Saver because, I'm still not off that bandwagon just yet. So I've been going away from it a little bit, but, in general, it's just still nice to put it on there, especially when you're talking and you're busy doing that. And then I have the brand new Thunder Hose. These were just brought into 5-star. I'm not 100% sure the name of this model.
I think
I don't
that's
know.
the Fit.
It's the new design. They have the mid, the dark, or no, the dark, the clear, and the pro, and then I think the mid, and then this is like the mid something else. It's basically a mid, but it's a different wrapping. It's a little higher quality. I think the wrapping on the other ones, sometimes it was like a yarn, so it would tend to peel away. So this is kind of just more of a wrap, and it's really tight. So it doesn't feel like it's going to be breaking. I mean, I just got it a few days ago, but I've used it a lot. So we will see if it stands the test of time. Now, the crazy Brazilians decided, you got to put a hammer, on your hose. Because Thunder Hose, Thor, so they're clouds. So let's see if they get any kind of lash out from one of those reviewers out there, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, I want to say Alex talked to me about that one. I think it's called the Fit, if I'm not mistaken, FIT, the Thunder Hose Fit, if I'm not mistaken. I'm pretty almost confident that's what it's called. But yeah, it looks like a great
Really nice.
hose, man.
Yeah. And it comes in this beautiful pink with sparkles on it. So if you want to stand out, I took this to was at a lounge this week. Took it to a lounge, and it was kind of the talk of the lounge. Everybody's, oh, that guy with that pink hose, you know. So just saying,
How does the draw on it compare to the Thunder Dark?
it's almost the same. So
Okay.
yeah, it's one of those things where you spend a little money because it looks a little nicer. It's really you don't need it, but it's kind of cool. And I'm kind of like with bowls and I have a lot of hookahs, but something about like bowls and hoses, like I always like to get like the new stuff for some reason. It's kind of like an addiction, sort of. You see new bowls and the more you get into hookah, when you first start, it's simple and you don't ever have to stray from that. But for some reason, we get crazy. The more you get into it, the more little trinkets you need here and there. And hoses are a fairly inexpensive way for me to like, feed that addiction a little bit, I guess.
Yeah,
So,
definitely keep it exciting for sure. So I wrote down a few points, a few talking points. So first thing I
ooh,
want to get into, I know a lot of people have actually asked me this, but I'm going to ask you to jog your memory. And
all right.
how did we meet, Adam?
Ooh. Um, I had seen a couple of your videos way back, and then somebody added you to the hookah enthusiast group, and you kind of posted like, "Hey, this is my channel. This is who I am." Just a little, introducing yourself to the group. And I remember a couple of us, the DHS team, kind of just went hard and just started trolling that post. I mean, really hard. So that was kind of like the first, real meeting. And then I think we kind of mentioned like Google Hangouts or something, and it might have been that night that you hopped on, and we actually talked in person. So and then from then it's just been kind of nonstop. Like it's just been that snowball effect of like getting to know each other, and it's been awesome.
That
So
is,
even,
yeah, that's definitely very accurate. I remember that night. Johnny actually added me to the hookah enthusiast group and insta love. Even though it was in the form of trolling, I knew it was insta love. Johnny had to send me a private instant message. He was like, "Dude, it's all love. Don't worry. Don't get discouraged. It's all love." Little
yeah,
fun
and
fact.
people that are new in the group and they pop in and they see us kind of go crazy on, just kind of have fun with it and post up some random stuff. Just understand, we just have a lot of fun. A lot of us know each other in person or on Google Hangouts here, so there's a lot of camaraderie, and I think I like to think of us as a very welcoming group. Any new people. In fact, I think Sung has been on your videos here, and that's kind of a cool story in just of hookah in general and people. We were at Five Star Hookah Lounge. Me, Kevin Cho, a couple other people. We were just like hanging out, and this guy was kind of sitting by himself, and he kept leaning over and asking us questions and kind of talking. And turns out he knew Jaina, and kind of introduced himself. And really, ever since then, I have hung out with that guy like at least 2, 3 times a week. It's been nonstop. In fact, right now, I don't know if they're watching, but if you guys are watching over there at Odie's house, like, shout out to all you beautiful people. So that's just kind of how it is with hookah. It's amazing how it's just like a weird little hobby, and then you just meet somebody, and next thing you're just like hanging out all the time. In fact, he was over at my house like just like a couple days ago, and we were hanging out yesterday. So I'm sure if you guys follow me on Instagram, you see like all the pictures of all the little meetups we've been doing. So yeah, it's really cool. Like I said, if you're not on a group or on a forum or something, do it because you never know who you'll meet. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, and it definitely benefited him. He fell into a lot of great things. I'll say. I'll just leave it at that. But I'm
Make it
pretty
past
sure he.
the third goal, man. Oh my goodness.
There you go. Learn something new every
Really
day.
good. Yeah.
One thing I was going to touch on about how we met, a little fun fact that a lot of people probably don't know. I didn't like Adam before Hookah Enthusiast because I feared him. He was my competition, and I was like, this guy's good. He's bringing some quality reviews. He's bringing entertainment to the table, and I was like, I wouldn't say it was a genuine hate. It was more of a competitive dislike. But once I got to know him, it was just it was an instant bromance. So I love this
Yeah.
guy. I legit call him a close dear friend. We've shared some personal stories and just an all-around great guy. So I'm very fortunate to have met you, man. You're one of my highlights of 2014, most definitely.
Hey, and likewise. Oh, hey, real quick shout out to Butter Chicken 911. Somebody named Butter Chicken, like they always subscribe to me and then unsubscribe and then subscribe again. I mean, it must have happened about 20 times already. So I don't know if it's you who's watching currently Butter Chicken, but somebody with the name of Butter Chicken always does that. So I don't know. Shout out to Butter Chicken. This is really
Shout
cool.
out Butter Chicken. That's a pretty cool fun fact. He says pretty damn cool. I guess he's referring to our story. Another shout out to Il Smitty J, who just recently had a birthday. He said, "You guys have been really accepting of me. It's pretty cool interacting with people I've watched for a while." So, hey, man, we're just regular people, man. At the end of the day, we do reviews, but we're just regular people. There's no celebrities or anything like that here. We just like to have fun. So,
Well, am I back?
oh, yeah, yeah, you're back.
I got kicked there for a second. I don't know what happened.
Oh, okay. Basically, I was just giving a shout out to Il Smitty J.
Oh yeah,
So, touching on 2014, man, how was your 2014? How would you describe that to all the viewers, man?
crazy. In fact, as a lot of us are getting ready to go to the TPE, TPC, whatever they call it, show, the Tobacco Plus show out there in Las Vegas, it's just crazy to think that like a year ago was the first time I went, to one of those things and met like all these people and just going into it last year, really knowing just a handful of people, and now just the massive amount of folks that I know that I'll be able to see there again. It's just to think of all the things that have taken place over the year. It's been like unbelievable. So I was actually kind of reflecting on that today, as a matter of fact. So yeah, even it's just been cool, just the new relationships, I'd say, and the furthering of old relationships has been really like a special highlight for me of 2014.
So, how would you say your channel did? I mean, obviously, you grew quite a bit. I would say you had a pretty successful 2014. What are your thoughts on how your channel did?
Yeah, the support has been just like outrageous. And I almost feel bad because I do get distracted. Life gets in the way. Like I haven't uploaded a video in a few weeks now, and I feel bad because there's all those people out there supporting, and I do my best to get content up as much as I can. But sometimes life dictates that. If you guys aren't familiar, I currently run a restaurant out here, and it takes about 60, 70 hours a week of my week. Sometimes you get home and you're just exhausted, and the last thing you're thinking to do is to crank up the energy to put up a video. And I know, Eric, you can relate. You work a couple jobs too, and it's sometimes hard to stay consistent and stay on top of it. A couple times I've even thought about not uploading anymore, but it's really fun for me. It's one of those things where sometimes it feels like a pain, but then once you do it, you have so much fun. And when I'm sitting there editing a video, I'm just kind of chuckling and thinking about the personal people I know, how they're gonna react to the video. That's the other thing is I make the videos for you guys, but I also try to make stuff that I enjoy. I want to be able to watch it back and have fun with it. Just like, because I know if I'm having fun, then you guys are having fun too with me. So at least that's kind of the goal. So I just try to make it lighthearted and just bring that energy and the enthusiasm I have with the hobby to you guys. And I know Eric does that amazing too. I watch his videos and it makes me just like want to like pack a bowl. It just gets me really fired up. I watch a lot of folks like that. If you're just you're watching videos, and sometimes I'll be at work, it'll be slow. I'm just like watching the videos and just start like I need a smoke. You get all fired up about trying this or that. So and I'm sure. See, again, I'm just a regular guy like you guys. I know you guys probably watch the videos and get that same feeling. And it's just really cool. It's a blast.
Yeah,
So.
for sure. And I think I speak for everybody when I say please never stop. Your videos are very entertaining. From my perspective, the biggest a year in review, I would say, from your channel is just a lot of entertainment, man. It's so entertaining. I mean, of course it's always going to be informational, but you bring that element of entertainment where it keeps the attention. So we tune in as a subscriber myself. We tune in to see, to learn about new flavors and learn about new techniques and learn about new products. But sometimes that could get a little boring. So I feel like you bring that personality and just that heavy dose of entertainment that is just the perfect balance, man. And like I said, I've gone back and watched some of your older videos and definitely seen the growth. And I've learned some things from you as well, some editing things and So it's just I think you had an awesome 2014 to be honest, and I feel like 2015 you're just gonna blow up even more, and just bring some crazy exciting stuff. You've let me in on a few of your ideas, so I can't wait for the rest of the community to see it, man. It's gonna be awesome. You guys
Yeah.
definitely gotta subscribe if you're not already.
Yes, that would be nice to have you on board. So that yeah, and actually, you mentioned the entertainment aspect. When I first started reviewing, I would watch, the old school reviewers out there, and it was, pretty straightforward. It was very informational and, pretty standard, and that's what I would do. I would emulate that, and then I think as I got into it more, I got to the point where I was almost bored, and that's where I got to the point where I was almost gonna just, I did reviews and, move on, but then I started watching. I didn't watch a lot of YouTube other than hookah videos ever in my life. I'm not a big YouTube guy, I guess. Now I am, but so I started watching other videos, other like, on completely random things, and those gave me like kind of put like a creative bug in my mind, and I thought, wait a minute, like these videos are just entertaining, and I wanted to try to bring that into hookah reviewing, kind of a different spin on it, and just let the creative side, kind of dictate, and still bring all the information and everything, but just in a different fun way, where I think one of my subscribers made a comment or something about how they always watch for like the what the heck is this moment, where you're watching the video and then something happens and you're just wondering like where did that come from. So and that's fun to me, and when I make videos, I interact with a lot of folks, and I try to, but a lot of folks, they just watch and they don't comment, and I'm still thankful that they're viewing and enjoying it that way. But what I kind of try to draw from more is even just the people that I know in person, or on here, or that I interact with on Facebook. And when I'm doing a video, I'm trying to think of like how they're going to react to it, because that's the people that I'm talking to all the time, and so folks like that have really helped me. Even like Eric, just talking with him, and just getting ideas from his channel, or whether it be Aldrin when he used to review, or Kevin's reviewing, and he's doing something with lighting, and I'm trying to learn how he's doing that, and different things, and just to make it more fun, and when I put out a product and I can show it to like Eric or Fletcher or somebody, and they like it, or they get a laugh or they enjoy it, then I know that it's good. Then a lot of times I'll send a video, on private, like, hey guys, check this out. Just let's make sure that they'll watch it, and yeah, it's good. Release it, or wait, you can't say that, or something like that. So it's good. It's nice to have people like J-Nuck in my life, to be able to bounce those ideas off of, and stuff. Like I have a new segment coming up, a hookah news segment, and I, kind of jotted down some notes, and I sent it over to Eric, and he read it over, and he's like, no, this is gonna be good. So yeah, look out for that on the channel. It's gonna be fun. It's kind of a new thing. I'm having issues with my camera, so it might not be as HD as normal, but I'm doing my best. So.
Yeah, we expect nothing but greatness from you if that doesn't put any more pressure on you. Real quick, shout out to Zobi E. Boz. He says, what's up? What up, Zobi? And let's see, Il Smitty J says, Adam's reviews are without a doubt the most fun reviews to watch. They're so entertaining without being too cheesy. So,
Dude, Zobi E. Boz, lol, his videos are like those sexy girl commercials eating a burger, lol, but with hookah. So I think that's like a compliment, I guess. Like,
yeah, that's a pretty good compliment. He's comparing you to a sexy girl, so that's.
I'll take it. I've been called worse, so it's fine. So,
So,
and
so um,
I don't want this to all be all about me. So, Eric, talk a little bit about your year, man, because I know your channel has like blown up incredibly. Even I will say, just in the time I've known you, it has just like it has ballooned. Like I never thought it would. Like it's crazy.
it has been crazy. I attribute that to a lot of you guys too, man. Just networking with you guys. You guys really taught me how to interact even better in social media. The power of Facebook, the power of Instagram. I really didn't understand that. Even though I kind of had my hands in the YouTube game before this, I just learned so much more from you guys. And man, it's just been an incredible journey. Just learning new things and meeting new people, having new viewers, hearing all the different inputs, having like a whole new crowd to reach out to. So that's been really awesome. And yeah, man, I just try to bring the team along, with me, wherever I go. I'd like to share the wealth with the team, and I want everybody to be successful that's on the squad. So
Yeah.
it's.
Oh, go ahead. Finish the
I was
thought.
just gonna say it's been an awesome 2014 for me. Very fortunate for everything that's happened, all the connections I've made, all the networking, and yeah, man, thumbs up. But what were you gonna say?
First of all, butter chicken. I'll get to your question right after this. And what's up, Bronizel? Shout out, Bronizel, watching. Yeah, butter chicken has a question we'll get to, but I just want to kind of piggyback on how you mentioned just the competitive nature in reviewing. I went through kind of when I first started reviewing a phase of that where I had like that mindset, like I'm a competitive person, whether I play sports or anything, it's like, hey, if I'm gonna make a channel, I want it to be successful and well, and kind of lost sight of the reason that I do it, and I just kind of had a moment, and I have some, close friends like Aldrin and Odie, they really do well to keep me grounded, and just like it's not about being like tons of people watching your videos. It's not about, oh, I have this many subscribers. It's not. It's whether one person is watching me and I'm able to help one person or I'm able to help 100. It's all meaningful. Whether I'm taking my time out if I'm at a lounge and someone asks me and doesn't even know who I am, asks me or that I do videos or anything, and asks me to, hey, how do you pack a bowl? It's a pleasure to be able to do that. To help people even on just a hookah smoker to hookah smoker basis. It's so I think I'm just thankful for the people around me. Keep you grounded. Because at the end of the day we are just all hookah smokers and we all do things a little bit different and it's cool because even like Sung has just barely started smoking and I smoke his bowls and they're great and even though I have my way of packing it's like hey how do you do it I'll watch him pack and get ideas, and he's making different mixes, and I'm able to learn from a guy who's just been smoking, more recently. So, never get the attitude that you know it all or that you've arrived, because you can learn little things from everybody. That's what makes it fun, and keeps it fresh. So now I'll get on to we have okay. So Butter Chicken says, "Yo, if I can ask you guys question what your packing methods for haze. So they're asking about haze packing methods. So I'll go ahead and I'll read the follow-up comment to that because it says if you're Fletcher Knox, pack it about 17 inches above the rim and throw a lotus on top, the Fletcher pack. So and I was actually last night I was with Arthur, the haze rep out here, basically like the Fletcher of the West Coast, and he packs it totally different than Fletcher, and he gets good results, and Fletcher packs it his way and gets good results. So there's a lot of ways. Lately I've changed it up a little bit. Yeah, I pack a lot in funnels. I do smoke Egyptian bowls, and when I do that, I'll just kind of fluff pack it to the rim, throw a lotus on it, or throw some foil on it. Now, what I do is, if you're using an Egyptian bowl, a cool little trick is if you have like a poker, I use Famari Pokers is my favorite poker. You can just set the poker in the middle hole of the Egyptian bowl, pack around it, and then you just pull that poker out when you're done, and you have created a funnel. That way you have a really nice draw, and you keep the airflow. Or, you can pack it regular and then use the poker to just kind of whittle out that hole. That way you're not going to get tobacco falling into that hole and clogging it to restrict your draw. So, because I like to smoke an open draw, so I always want to make sure that when I'm using an Egyptian bowl, that hole is open. So again, I just go about to the rim. I don't overpack. I don't really underpack it. It's just a regular average pack. Now with a funnel bowl, I've been doing it a little bit different. I've been using a fork. This was shown to me by Alex at 5 Star, so shout out. I was just like watching him pack a bowl, and I was like, hey, that's cool. Let me try that. So you just gotta use a fork, and you semi-dense pack it. It's not quite like a Tangier's dense where you're pushing it down, but you just kind of throw it all in with a fork. Make sure it's all level, right about to the rim, and I'll just throw a piece of foil on it or the lotus, and I'll just smoke away. And I have had really good results with that. That's how I've been doing it for like the last 2 weeks, and every bowl's been really good. Haven't had a bad bowl. So I don't know if you want to maybe touch on how you pack it, Eric.
Yeah, real quick, Zobi Ebos says you guys are awesome. No, you are awesome, Zobi. All of you that are watching are awesome, but we appreciate the compliments. I always get a lot of compliments that my room's really smoky. I need to really work on the ventilation system here. That's probably why I wake up with headaches sometimes. I'll probably open a
Right?
window tonight. But as far as my packing, it really depends on the bowl. When I'm packing in the Samsaris, no matter what brand it is, it's getting a mild, dense pack. I start out with a fluff it in there, and then I'll press it down a little bit to get below the line so the Lotus doesn't touch it. As far as like in a regular, like an alien funnel or a Goodfella or even an edgy bowl, I do the fluff pack, and I have like maybe a few leaves sticking up, and that's fine for me. I guess you could call that a slight overpack. Um, but that's really how I pack everything. I kind of don't, unless it's Tangiers, I pretty much pack everything the same way. So it really just kind of depends, damn, on that bowl, on the bowl I'm using. But one thing I wanted to touch on, since we answered that question, is you're kind of seen as the ambassador to balance in the hookah community. How have you embraced that title? Like, you're kind of like that guy in the middle that kind of keeps the peace between the elitists and the rookies or the people that have been smoking for a while. Like, you're that even balance. You're like the ambassador of that. Have you embraced that title since they almost deemed you that?
I I guess that's if I have to have a title, I guess that's a good one to have. Again, it goes back to just the folks around me, just and just the amount of exposure I have to all kinds of different ways of smoking hookah. I think that just gives me an idea, and just seeing different levels that people are at with their smoking, and just understanding that we do all have different tastes. Hookah is the most subjective thing. It's like food. Like one person likes steak, one person doesn't like steak. It's extremely subjective. So I just try to always have that mindset. If someone wants to bash this or bash that, there's flavors I don't like at all, and I can't smoke. But in the same right, maybe J-Nuck likes that flavor. Or for example, Pure Rockstar Elixir. I smoked that at Five Star Lounge. We packed it, and it kind of almost made my stomach turn. I just could not smoke it for anything. And then Eric, he really enjoys that flavor. And so I have to. I mean, I see that, and I have to respect the fact that, hey, you know what? It's not for me, but he likes it. And of course, I'm gonna give him a hard time about it, right? Because that's what a friend's for.
Of
So
course, of course.
yeah, or I am obsessed with Something Girlie Celestial Fruit. I smoke that nonstop. But Alex over there at Five Star, it's not his cup of tea. He doesn't enjoy it. So I packed it for him, and he's like, no, he wasn't digging it. So whereas he'll smoke stuff I don't like, and vice versa. So we all have different palates, and I just try to understand that everybody's going about it a different way. If you use quick light coals and you smoke Fantasia or whatever you smoke, and you're happy and you enjoy it, then that's awesome. Then why would I not support that? If you come to me and ask me, hey, I use these quick light coals, is there a better alternative? Hey, I'm there to help you. Yeah, I'll get you on some other coals and do my best to point you in the right direction. But if you're happy, then why am I gonna say you're doing it wrong? Just because I don't do it that way. That's the thing. I think it's just good for us all to just try to be as humble as possible. And I have my moments, and we all do. But I just think in general, if everybody's just kind of humble and just honest that we don't know everything, and just let people, just do you. If you like it, you like it, and there's no rhyme or reason. I like the most random flavors, and I can't explain why, but I just like to smoke them. And the last thing I would want is someone giving me grief because I like this. And don't be ashamed about what you like, or what you're smoking out of, or what things you enjoy. I mean, I'll go. There's a lounge in Vegas. It's a little Ethiopian place, and actually the Haze guys turned me on to it. And they have like Nakla and Alfakir, and they have little Maya hookahs and like the cheapest plastic Alfakir little like washable hose. I mean, it's just like a piece of plastic. But when I smoke there, the flavor you get from those hookahs is one of the most amazing things. And it is the little hole-in-the-wall place. And almost every time I'm in Vegas, I try to visit because, it's nice, and, maybe I'll take, 5 friends there and nobody will like it. But for some reason, for me, it's a really, like, the coolest experience. So, just don't be ashamed of what you like. And if someone's giving you crap, then tell them to come talk to me. So.
There you go. Tell them to talk to the ambassador. I just want to touch on that too. I mean, when I first started smoking, I smoked a lot of Fantasia, and I swore by it. And I enjoyed it. And then I, pretty much opened up to other brands and other flavors, and my palate is still developing to this day. So, whatever you like to smoke, smoke it. Not nobody can tell you it's a bad flavor if you enjoy it, because at the end of the day, that's the only opinion that matters. When you're smoking your hookah, is yours. If you ask us our opinion and we don't like it, I mean, we might tell you we don't like it. It's not for us, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's not for you. You specifically asked our opinion, so we're going to give it. I do want to say.
We have some comments here, real quick.
Okay, go ahead. Let's go ahead and touch on that.
We have David Howell, who just, Hookah King Reviews, shout out, Hookah King Reviews, check out that channel. And they said, what you guys smoking? I'm smoking the Haze Whatament, and Eric, you're smoking like a crazy mix, so you might want to break that down again.
I got a crazy mix going. I got some Alfacker Sparkle, some pure Very Berry, and pure Fresh Mint. Pretty interesting. It's almost like a fruity lemonade. And God, you would think I'm smoking haze from my room. This is pretty crazy.
Right?
This is the worst it's ever been. Couple more shout outs. Oh, you already got them. Hookah King Reviews and David Howell.
Yeah, David Howell. Yeah, says, nice to see you on here. I didn't see the link until just now. So welcome aboard. We're glad you saw the link. So I was trying to repost the thing on Instagram, but my repost app didn't want to find your Instagram, and then I just kind of gave up on it. So
it's all goody. One thing I wanted to touch on, you mentioned Celestial Fruit. Now, I got my first experience with Something Girlie last year, towards the end of last year. Shout out to Nick over there at MedWalk. He sent me a nice little care package, and I was only able to get my hands on the Little Amira, which is like a coffee flavor. Love it. That's by Something Girlie. And I tried some Super Shisha, some Nirvana, which was the Smoking Dead. Wow. First experience with Doka. Crazy, crazy, crazy. You'll have to check the review to see the feedback on that. But then this year, I posted a video talking Something Girlie, and I decided to go ahead and give Moon Melon and Grape Dawn, or Dawn Grape, I'm not sure. I think Grape Dawn.
Grape Dawn, yeah.
I decided to give those a try, and wow, Moon Melon sent me to the moon. That's all I'm going to say about that. But I'm really excited about Something Girlie and bringing that into my channel in 2015, way more hardcore than I did last year. And since you touched on Celestial Fruit, man, like you raving about it has just got my mouth watering. Like, I gotta try this. You want to touch on that real quick of kind of like your experience with it?
It's really hard to explain. I had kind of smoked Something Girlie. Again, I had really not had a lot of experience with the MedWalk guys or like Nirvana or anything until last year at the show, and I went and I kind of started smoking the Nirvana a little bit. And I don't really chase the buzz, so I don't smoke it too much. Like, it's really good, and if you're chasing a buzz, they changed the cut on it, and the new stuff that they have is just it's really high quality, and it smokes well. But I'm not looking to get like too wrecked, personally. But then I kind of started checking out Something Girlie, and then they kind of revamped the line, and I just started picking up some of their flavors. Their fulfillment is amazing. I actually just ordered, I think, 500 grams of that I have on the way. It's just a really good sharp mint, and then the Celestial Fruit. And I've tried a lot of the other ones. Like Moon Melon is amazing. It is such a good, one of the best melon flavors out there. It's very similar to like a Nocla Sweet Melon, but it smokes a little cleaner. That's, I think, something with Something Girlie. I'm very like picky in like the quality that I smoke. I like a very clean smoke. And for example, like Pure, it's very clean to me when I smoke it. And Something Girlie gives me kind of that same vibe. It's just extremely clean. It's not buzzy, and it's just really fresh flavor. You don't get like the tobacco flavor or anything. And again, that's a personal thing. A lot of people, they'll smoke like the Tangiers Burley, and they enjoy that tobacco notes and stuff. And from time to time, I'll smoke Tangiers here from time to time. I do enjoy quite a few flavors, but for me, I smoke the Berkuk line. But yeah, I'm always kind of chasing that, like just a clean, smooth smoke, and Something Girlie definitely delivers that. And the new stuff that they're putting out, they're revamping that line, and it's really good. Like I said, I've been through 750 grams of this Celestial Fruit in like 3 weeks, and I have like another 250 grams on the way because I just can't. It's like a weird fruit blend with just like kind of like a citrus aftertaste, and it's a blend, so it's hard to explain, but like when you smoke it, it's just addicting. Like you just start chasing that, you know? It's so I'll mix that with a little mint, and that's like been my go-to. I mean, almost 2 bowls of that a day, I feel like it's that bad right now. So, and I go through phases. I think a lot of hookah smokers will go through phases where they're like really hot on a flavor, you know, and then they'll kind of, you'll head to the next thing and to the next thing. So right now I'm definitely in like that something girly phase. So, and I have a can of the PMS, which is like I think peach, mango, strawberry mix. And that's also really good. So that one I don't smoke as much on its own, but I'll mix it with some stuff, and it's really good. Also, the most surprising one for me was the cotton candy kisses. I was kind of like, okay, that's just gonna be sugar, and it's just not gonna be really too great. But I got a little is it a 50 or 100 gram? I'm not sure, but I got a little can of that, and that flavor is so cool. That is one of the coolest mixers because it just adds a sweet element to whatever flavor you're smoking. So you can use it really well in mixes. For example, I was smoking pure honeydew, and I just added a little bit of the cotton candy, and it just kind of sweetened it and kind of made the flavor a little more bold. And you actually taste the honeydew a little stronger because the way it complements with the sweetness of the cotton candy. So, that's kind of a cool flavor. If you like mixing, that's a cool one to have just like a little bit around. You can just kind of add to, different things just to give it like that sweet element. So.
And that's something I found too, that in my short experience with Something Girly, it seems to work well with other tobacco brands. So that's another awesome plus. But man, just hearing you talk about Celestial Fruit, I'm like, Nick, if you're
Now it's got to live
watching,
up to it, right? So.
yeah, it's got to live up to the hype. But I'm like, Nick, if you're watching, dude, let's go, man. Let's get that expedited out.
Yeah, and
Um,
shout out to Nick. He's really involved on like Hookah Enthusiast and stuff, and really involved in the community, and really a cool guy. I haven't met him in person. I've met most of everybody else from the team, but I haven't been able to meet him in person. But word is I'll be meeting him in January, face to face. And also, I think we'll try to work something out to get him on one of the Behind the Clouds. He can give you some of the insight. He's very heavily involved with just even building websites and stuff. He's just a really creative guy, and he knows a lot about, just the marketing that they do and just all that kind of fun stuff, that behind the scenes thing. So I think he would be a really good guest on that. So, and I think I've mentioned it to him in the past, and he was interested. So he'd be really fun to get the beard on here. So
get the beard. Fletcher and Nick can have a beard bromance.
Beard off. Yeah, exactly.
Beard off. Yeah, and I was talking to Nick this morning actually, and he did say that I think he said he's going to be out there at the end of the month, so you'll definitely be seeing him in TPE. One thing I want to ask you, a lot of products and flavors came out in 2014. Last year was pretty exciting. What's your biggest takeaway, Adam, from everything that came out? Like, what really stood out to you and just you were like, wow, like I'm very happy that came out. We're excluding FML, okay? So
yeah. Man, that puts me on the spot right there. My goodness, there were a lot of good flavors. Hayes did a lot of good stuff. Starbucks had some nice releases. Yeah, just to like peg one.
while you think about that, I could touch on something
Yeah,
if you
you
want to
can
think
touch
about
on
it.
it and give me a minute on my thoughts.
All right, for me, it definitely has to be the Samsaras. As somebody who started 2014 not really using the Lotus as much, I started using it a lot, and then talks of the Samsaras bowl came out, and I was like, okay, well, I'm loving my Lotus. By the way, I opened my window, so hopefully that helps a little bit. So I was just like really excited because I was like, wow, a bowl specifically for the Lotus is out, and it's gonna perform even better than it already does. Like, sign me up. And I was not let down. I absolutely love this bowl, man. So for me, as far as hookah as a whole, that was definitely my biggest takeaway from 2014. Just the performance of it, the quality, even the response. I've had a chance to talk to Reza, the creator of the Samsaras and the Lotus. I've had a chance to talk to him about it over the phone, and just to hear like how passionate he is about his products, man, that really does it for me because he cares. He he talks to the reviewers, and he gets our input, and he really takes that in and he kind of will like incorporate that if he feels like it's a good change or whatever. And he did that. He did that pretty well with the Lotus, from my understanding, because Sean had a lot of interaction with him as well. So big shout out to Reza, man. Yeah, I have to say that the Samsara's Bowl is the biggest takeaway for me in 2014. So I'm excited to see what Cloud's going to bring to the table in 2015. So now, hopefully, you got something for us.
Kind of. And then I was reading the chat, and I missed a couple questions. Wait, we're going to get to your questions right after I talk a little bit about my 2014. So, I think just overall, as weird as it is to say, honestly, the flavor saver is the thing I use the most from 2014. It really is. It's the dumbest little thing. It's a stupid piece of metal, but like I love it, and it has improved. It's made me smoke longer. I'm a one and done guy. I do one round of Coles and that's it. But with the flavor saver, I'll go another round sometimes. So I'm guilty of that. But yeah, it's been really good. And then also a lot of the flavors, Mighty Freeze I really like from Starbucks when that came out. That's a nice one. And then Oh Boy Explosion from Haze is just one of my top flavors all time. Even that one I could just smoke over and over and over again. So yeah, there has been a lot, and even just pure, kind of bursting onto the scene more, and me smoking a lot more of that has been really good. And then Something Girly, like we touched on. It's just my eyes have been opened a lot. I used to mainly basically just smoke like Nakla and Al Fakr, and then Tangiers, and that was kind of where I was at. So I just kind of broadened my horizons, I think, a little more this year. And I was, I kind of tried, Haze, here and there, and I'd smoke it sometimes, but like getting more into like the more modern tobaccos for me was a big change that I hadn't, really visited that much, before. So yeah, that was the biggest thing I would say. Just like getting more into the modern tobaccos and modern flavors and enjoying those.
And before we get into the shout-outs, the one thing I got to say, kudos to you, because I really don't smoke Tangiers too much, but I pull it out every once in a while. That's what she said, no homo. I got to really commend you, man, on your Tangiers packing video. Besides it being entertaining, it was very informational, straight and to the point, and it gave me confidence that I was packing Tangiers correctly after watching. So thank you for posting that video, man. Like I still refer to it. Every time I pack Tangiers, it's on my favorites, and I load it up, and I'm like, all right, let me make sure I'm doing this right. Don't overthink it. And it's just fun to watch, though, too. Like, at the end of the day,
that's the biggest thing, and it's funny because, I smoked a lot of Tangiers even before doing that video, and then I started hanging out with Daniel Gazarian. If you're probably not even watching because you don't watch at all. You don't watch any of our videos, but yeah, you're well known. So, but when I started hanging out with him like a little over a year ago, he was, he's friends with Eric from Tangiers, and he ended up taking me down there to meet him and stuff at the lounge and stuff. But he had been almost only smoking Tangiers. For years, that's all he would smoke. And I knew how to pack it and have a good bowl, but he really just kind of taught me. I would watch him pack, and he'd pack in like a minute, and he'd be smoking and be great bowls, And he really just taught me, like, a lot of people when they go to pack Tangiers for the first time, they're kind of scared of it, because there's so much talk about packing it wrong, packing it right, and if you just, it's a very simple way to pack it, and if you just do that and then trust your pack, it's gonna smoke well, and as weird as it is, confidence has a lot to do with the way you pack. Just trust it. Just trust your pack, throw your Coles on, and smoke it. If you overthink it, you're gonna mess it up. So that's the biggest thing that I learned from him. And then after doing that, I was like, hey, that's that's something I should do a video with. And I think a big thing with him is he underpacks it a little bit. A lot of those videos you'll see them just put mounds and mounds. Well, that method works if you're using silver tabs. And I've had bowls with silver tabs. You can smoke those bowls forever, and it smokes really well. And you pack like a ton, and you got like a mound of tobacco on it. And it works. But most of you guys out there, myself included, we use coconut Coles. Now, coconut Coles are heavy, and silver tabs are light. So when you're putting a heavy coal, as tight as you get your foil, it's going to sink a little bit. So in theory, what you're doing with a little bit of an underpack is you're packing it the same as you would with a silver tab, because once that foil sits down a little bit, you're going to be right where you want to be. And you're not going to be touching, but you're just going to be right above it. So that was kind of another thing that, just again, it's a logical thing almost. If you just kind of break it down logically and think about it, it makes sense. So, and it works really well. So. But again, most of the videos on there is just that big old overpack, and if you put coconut coals on that, man, you're gonna be dying. So, yeah. Well, you want to get to like some of these questions here. I have.
Yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Um,
I'll let you do it.
all right. Il Spinny says, wondering what's the longest you guys have gone without smoking hookah since becoming an everyday smoker. My longest time was actually just recently when I was completely sick out of my mind over New Year's. I went 4 or 5 days without smoking. So, and then I went 2 days with smoking, but couldn't really taste anything. So, that was probably the longest I've gone without having a bowl.
I
So,
think for
what about
me,
you?
it's probably been like 3 days. And it sucked. It was horrible.
Yeah. Now, as someone who smokes for the clouds and the flavor, I almost look at it as like it's not really like I mean I guess nicotine is addictive, but I don't really like fiend for it in that way. I think it's more of like, a lot of you have your favorite snack almost, and you just kind of crave that taste. I think that's how I get with flavors. If I haven't smoked for a while, I'm like, hey, I want to have that taste. I think it's more of that sort of a thing for me. I've kind of thought about that because a lot of people be like, hey, because I'm moving to open up a hookah lounge, and you tell people, and they're like, whoa, what is that? Is it addictive? Is it, you get all those questions from people who don't know, and I think that's probably the best way of describing my connection with hookah is like, it's like that food that you just get hooked on and you want to eat all the time. I mean, we eat 3 meals a day, yeah, because we have to survive, but like, we'll have a snack here and there, not because we survive, because we like it. So I figure in that realm, at least I'm not getting fat. So
And to touch on that again, like I sometimes I'll get the kids like every other weekend, and I don't like to smoke around the kids. I don't want them to see that. They're at a pretty young age, so maybe when they get older, I don't know, we'll see. But usually I'll have them over the weekend. So over the span of that weekend, yeah, I want to smoke, but it's like I'm not like, oh my God, kids, go home already. You know what I mean? I just go about my day, enjoy my time with my kids, and then once they leave, immediately I light up a bowl. So it's not like like you said, I'm not addicted to it. It's just for me, it's more of a meditation process almost. Like if you think about it, like you're kind of inhaling, exhaling, and that's like
yeah,
what
it's
you do
very
with
relaxing.
meditation. Exactly,
Yeah,
it's very relaxing. It's enjoyable. It tastes good, and I don't know. It's
I, I
definitely
even
not addictive.
I even look at folks like even like Stephen Dean and his brother on Hookah Enthusiast. I think they work like in like the oil fields or something, huh? Like they work some hardcore hours
Something
and
like
stuff.
that.
Yeah, and I just see, them, whenever they get the chance, to sit back and have a bowl, it's just really cool. They all hang out and just relax and have a hookah. So, I think, that like, and I know in myself, I work a hard day. There's nothing like coming home and packing a bowl. I was when we were at my restaurant, we were all hanging out yesterday, and I was just kind of mentioning how like I made some food, but like I had to smoke first. I didn't touch the like I'll bring some food home after work sometimes, and I'll smoke a bowl, and it'll be 2 hours before I touch the food just because I kind of unwind, and just relax for a little while. So that's I just look at it as just a nice way to unwind, with some good flavor and some good clouds. And if you hop on a Google Hangout or you hop on Facebook, some good conversation. It's just a good way to kind of escape and unwind for a little bit from the norm. Plus, if you go to a lounge that serves food, I don't know if it's just me or if it's all placebo, but like when you're smoking and eating food, like everything tastes better. I don't know. That's just my take on it. Cigars is even better than that. You have a cigar and you drink like a nice coffee or something, it tastes so good. Like, cause you get that bitterness and then you have like that rich flavor. It is one of the best like things ever. So shout out
We
to cigar smokers everywhere.
we taking them to another level with that. I don't know if they're ready for that yet, but I definitely echo your thoughts on that. Zobi Ebaz asks, any menthol flavors you guys might know of? There's plenty out there. Right off the bat, of course, I'm gonna say FML kind of has a bit of a
That's
menthol
a
kick
heavy
to it.
menthol, yeah. And I know,
A
I
bit or
think,
heavy, give or take.
yeah, like unsmokably heavy. And I think I haven't tried it, but I think Hookah Fina actually has a flavor called menthol. if I'm correct. I think I've seen it in the store, but I haven't tried it myself. So that's another one. And then also Sub-Zero has like from Haze. That's like a heavy menthol with like a floral undertone. So if you're looking to avoid floral, you don't want that. But if you like floral, and it's a really good blend together. So and it has that nice like upfront menthol coldness.
I
So
need to revisit Sub-Zero because I didn't have a good experience with it just because I wasn't expecting the floral. But now that I know
yeah,
what's in there, I think I might appreciate it more. Also, if you're looking for something new on the market, I know Smoker Pass, shout out Sean, recently did a review on Trifecta, which is a brand new uh, player in the game, so to speak. And they have a menthol flavor. I think it's called menthol, or no, Twice the Ice. I can't remember. There's two of
yeah,
them
yeah.
he
Twice the
had.
ice. Yeah.
Twice the Ice, and he got a super menthol kick from it. He's going through his packing, sessions or whatever to find out the perfect pack for it for him. But he definitely liked it. He had good things to say about it. So
Oh, and Il Smitty followed up. The reason he was asking this question was because his buddy, Bunny Fufu. Oh, shout out Bunny Fufu out there in Colorado. I don't know if you're watching, but if you end up watching this, shout out to you. Broke his foot literally in half, dislocated his toes from the rest of his foot. Oh boy. All of his hookah stuff is downstairs, and he's stuck upstairs, and he can't get to it, and he's sad. Well, I would just say be a good friend and just bring him his stuff. So that's the way to solve that problem, right there. And then we have Ghost Obsessed. Shout out Ghost Obsessed. Says can't wait till 5-star gets the Samsaris. Been waiting a while to snag one. I heard they were held up a little bit. Don't know too many details, but they're working on getting them here as soon as possible. So, but there's a little bit of a delay.
and it's gonna be worth the wait because it's probably not gonna be on sale immediately. So slap on my discount code JNUC, not
Yeah,
15% off. You're gonna find it there cheaper than anywhere else. So patience is a virtue. You might not have it right now, but when it comes to 5-star, if it's not on sale, you're gonna get it for cheaper than everybody else got it. So
everything's on sale every day with JNUC.
there you go. There you
Always,
go.
it's always a sale. So yeah,
So
and if you guys watch my channel, I don't do discount codes, but I always try to promote Eric JNUC's discount code and Kevin's discount code DTS, and try to make sure everybody gets deals because it's all about the deals. So I even use those discount codes when I order. So when I'm too lazy to drive 20 minutes, to
there
shop.
you go. There you go. So one thing I have written down, I'm not sure if you're ready to have this discussion and
I'm
release
ready.
this information to the world, but should we address the myth of washed and unwashed tobacco?
Yeah, there's no such thing.
There you have it, people. I
There's
see
your
so
myth.
many people. I see so many people, even seasoned veteran smokers mention, "Oh, this is washed. Oh, this is unwashed."
I'll break it here.
How?
I'll break it
Break it
down.
down for us.
All
Break it
right.
down.
So the thing with tobacco, at least what I'm told by very reputable sources, the the nicotine content is it's a crop. So the nicotine content is always going to be variable. A lot of people put like 0.05 on for the nicotine. That really doesn't mean anything because it's a crop. So it can always be changing. It's always going to be a little bit different from year to year, crop to crop. Um, but in general, the colder region where the tobacco grows is going to be a lower nicotine tobacco, from what I'm told. Whereas like in the Middle East, the hotter regions are going to be a higher level of nicotine. So a lot of people will use French tobacco, and it's a very low nicotine tobacco. And it's going to be like that lighter leaf, and it's just going to be a more clean, less tobacco tasting tobacco. So that's to my knowledge what I've been told kind of on it. So whereas like the Doka, it's just an extremely high nicotine tobacco that is grown, I don't know, somewhere in the Middle East, like one of the hottest places in the world type deal, where it's always very hot, hence a ton of nicotine and a ton of buzz. So, and then you do have like, I'm not quite sure about the black leaf tobacco thing. I don't know exactly the differences between that and like a regular, but I can look into that maybe, and that could be something maybe we can get some information out to you guys about. So, but yeah, in general, nicotine's a variable. It's if something isn't buzzy, well then it's just a low nicotine tobacco. So it's not like they have big washing machines and they're just like washing, like I don't know, or they're like they got like some guy at the sink like scrubbing the leaves. I mean it's just kind of weird if you think about it.
And don't feel bad, guys. That's what a lot of us are told. It's printed right there on the can, so that's what we go by. But like you said, from very reputable sources, we know some pretty high up people that have firsthand experience with the making the product, making the tobacco. So I wouldn't think they would lie to us about that. But I thought the same thing too. I was like, oh, I don't like that because it's washed or unwashed, and to somebody who knows the behind the scenes, they're kind of like, okay, yeah,
Yeah.
it's washed, bro. Yeah, it's unwashed, whatever. So, we like to keep you all informed. So that's why you're tuning in, right? To find out some good information. Real quick, Aldrin from Taking
I
Back.
have to give a personal shout out real quick.
Are you doing
Just,
Aldrin?
dude, take it back, Clouds, man. Like that guy's literally a brother to me. So I guess he's watching. So like, shout out to you. He says, "Seeing Adam makes my jeans tight." Now I feel really bad. I'll tell you guys the story. So we had a big get together on a Friday a few weeks ago, right before I just got wicked sick, and apparently I gave that to Aldrin too, and he came down sick really bad, and so like I feel so guilty even to this day, like because of that. So I hope you're feeling better, Al. I feel bad, like yeah, you can blame it on me. Like I'm sorry, I just gave a bullet to everybody. So
Blame it on the Adam.
yeah.
Terrible remix, I know. Il Smitty J had a pretty good question. He said he's been hearing that Five Star doesn't have the new cut and quality of Something Girly, but other sites have the newer stuff.
I
Do you
would
know?
call because I buy from them, and I bought one thing of Celestial, and it was old, and it wasn't as good. And the difference is the old stuff came in like almost like aluminum, like a silver bag, and the new stuff is just in a clear bag. So if you maybe you have an example there. So
Yeah, I got an example. I'm going to pull it out right now. I'm assuming this is the new
that's new.
stuff,
Yeah, that's new. There you go.
and this is
So
the
if
old
you
stuff.
yeah, there you go. There's the difference. So maybe if you call them and if, when you're gonna order and just see what flavors they have of the new, they can just open the can and check. So they'll be more than happy to help you out. But yeah, see, that's the benefit of me living so close. I just go in person and I, look through the cans myself and pick it out. I'm very picky. It's funny. Like always like I reach to the back of the shelf, to grab always that new stuff. But I'm weird like that. So, but they do change their inventory. Like for example, with Pure, they only buy limited quantities just to always try to keep it as fresh as possible. So I know they try to do a good job, to make sure that it's always fresh. So yeah, but yeah, a quick phone call over there or just a note in your order or something, just to say, hey, if you have this in the new one, send it. If not, maybe don't. So, that would definitely go a long way. But yeah, the new stuff, it's definitely cleaner in my opinion, and the flavoring they have it down like really good. And Aldrin says, haha, thanks, I'm better now, thanks guys, with a heart.
Hey, we're
So
that
yeah,
we're that medication, baby.
because we have been missing like with the hangouts, like it's just not always the same when Al's not there. Like he's just like such a staple. So
I will agree. Shout out to the Team Philippines. That's Odie and Aldrin, ex Flip Squad. Let me get some AOJ up in here.
yeah,
Um,
those were the first guys that I met with like with smoking. I just remember, Aldrin was just like this random guy, and see that goes back to like the competitive thing because I was barely like brand new at reviewing, and I remember Alex posted something about how they had like the Goodfella Bowl in a review, and I'm like, those guys. Like I was upset because he had given me one, and I wanted to get a video out with it. I'm like, dang it, like they beat me to it. And little did I know, like they're like these great people, and now it's like family. So
and I will say with the Something Girly, to touch on that again, they recently changed. So it's not like you're getting an old flavor from like years ago. It's still fresh. It's just a different, batch, so to speak. Different. Is it a different cut as well?
no, I think it's just the flavoring
Okay.
or maybe the way that they cure the tobacco or something. So, but I did notice a big difference in the celestial fruit, the flavor. If you guys have tried like Star of Alhambra from the Othmani, which was one of my favorite flavors, but I don't like it as much because like the cut on it was like coffee grounds, so that always like drove me crazy. But it was really good. The flavor is amazing. Well, the celestial fruit is very similar. So if you're looking for that kind of a flavor and just a more normal tobacco, that's that I think I don't know if they directly did that, but whereas before it was almost more of a strawberry taste, and now it has more of that citrus kick, which I prefer. So they're definitely improving it.
Nice, nice. So back to some of the bullet point questions. You've had various amounts of hookahs. You have a plethora of hookahs. What would you say is your like all-time favorite setup?
Oh boy.
Yeah.
See, I have like two sides of me. I have like the old school collector side where I like the Nauras and the Syrian hookahs and the Elmas and those things which I have owned so many. At one point, I had 60 hookahs. In fact,
Whew,
I've sold a
60.
lot of. I know I've sold a lot of them off, and they all have really nice new homes. So I still see people on Instagram posting. I'm like, oh, that was my pipe, and it's nice to see. Um, I have El Fakir they made. I know they have the new ones out. Don't buy those guys. I mean, you can buy them, but like I've seen them in person, so have fun with that. But if you like it, you like it. But their original hookahs were made in Syria. They contracted out to the Nauros factory, and they made just a gorgeous, like to me, it's the perfect hookah. And I have one of the first run of those, and it is just out of this world. I don't even smoke it just because it's a collector's piece to me. It's mint condition. It's very nice. And we'll probably never be able to get those again. So I'll hold on to that. And then also another one I really like. I have one of the old. I want to say it was. I was told it was like one of the first run of Regal, Regal Melic Redwood. It was before they even put the little Regal logo with the crown. It's just completely blank. It's just clean. And so I have one of those on the nice boho, and that's another one of like my more favorite hookahs. Which again, these ones I don't like smoke every day, but they're ones I keep right now. They're packed away because I'm moving in transition. But yeah, I would say those two are kind of like my babies, so to speak, that I just love. And I also really like the Starbuzz, the Made in the USA hookahs. I have one of those, and that thing is just a tank. Like that is an everyday use, high quality. It can just stand up to whatever you throw at it. So that's another one I really like a lot, and I'm really glad I bought it. And the draw on that thing is just brilliant. So yeah,
No, I
those three I would say. So then you get like that's a little bit of the old and a little bit of the new, because and I also love glass. The Zara, the Z70 hookah is the nicest hookah I've ever smoked from, like of any hookah of all time ever. It has that honeycomb diffuser and it smokes like a dream. So that's again, but then we're into glass, so it all depends on what you're looking for, and so it all depends on my preference of the day. It depends on the flavor. If I smoke double apple like Nakla, I like a more restricted draw, so I'll use a more restricted hose and a full different setup. So flavor to flavor kind of dictates even what hookah I like to smoke out of. But lately, I mean, I have my little KMBs, and I take it everywhere I go, and I smoke it all the time. And I have my DHS KM that I use quite a bit, and I have my Omar that I really love and that I use a lot. The Omar is a little bit restricted, so I'll use that now for like my double apples and so, which I'll probably sounds like good to pack a bowl in a little bit after I get off of this thing. I'll probably pack a bowl of that. So yeah, so I always the flavor kind of dictates what I smoke out of when I have all my collection at hand. So
right on. And you mentioned the Starbuzz, and I'm really excited, man. I'm about to get my first Starbuzz hookah. I got the Atlantis on the way, and
woo.
I'm really excited to experience the hype, man. And I just
When you
can't.
hold that in your hands, I mean, even the tray is so nice. The tray was almost the biggest. I was in Las Vegas. I was kind of waffling back and forth about getting one, and then I was in Las Vegas at Starbucks Lounge smoking with them, and that kind of just sold me on it, man. I'm looking at that tray and just like every little part of it of the hookah, and it's just really high quality, and I just had to pull the trigger. I was like, all right, I'm getting one. So
Yeah,
that
I'm
was
excited to check that out, man. That should be. I think it's going out Monday. It's getting sent out, so
Hey, we
hopefully.
have Spyro Design watching us, and they see your
Whoa!
Spyro back there. I'm just sitting here, Mr. Spyro Designs. I'm sitting here like, and I have to smoke out of this little KM. Like, come on, man. Like, where you
Spyro,
at,
man. Shout out to
Spyro?
Spyro Design.
You know I
He-
love glass, Spyro. You know I love glass. Let's talk.
Spyro, you definitely want to hit up Adam, man. He does awesome reviews on hookahs, in general, and I'm pretty sure he can put out a pretty sexy review on some Spyros. But let me just touch on this since they're here, man. This
Yeah, touch
Spiral
on the spiral.
Monster, this monster, it has been my go-to, man. Like I mentioned in the very beginning of this podcast or this show, I have been using this thing all the time. It's just so convenient. It's easy to transport, and it's easy to clean, and it hits harder than any of my hookahs. Like I have to put the mouth tip on here sometimes just to get a little bit more of a restricted draw. But when I'm ready for that, just knock you out, Floyd Mayweather punch to the face, this thing delivers, man. So Spiral, man, you guys did an excellent job. I'm new to the glass hookah game. This is only my second one, but I recommend this to everybody every time they ask me what's a good first glass hookah to get.
Oh yeah, and
This
the
is
price point is amazing on that, huh? It's like $99 or something like that.
it's 109, but of
Or
course when you're rocking with Hookah Nuka, you guys never have to pay full price. So it'll be under $95
there
online.
you
I don't know about in store.
there you go, guys.
Excellent first glass hookah. If you are just fiending and jonesing for a glass hookah, this is the way to go, man. Spiral really knocked this one out of the park, and it's just so user friendly. That's what I like. That they have their higher end hookahs for when you're ready to make some rain. You know what I mean? Make it rain and just drop some loot. But they also got this to kind of ease you into the whole glass hookah game and kind of let you know what to expect. And Adam really helped me on that as well because you have a lot of experience with glass hookahs, and that's what I was going to ask you next, just comparing glass hookahs to our traditional hookahs. You really sold me on getting my first glass hookah just when you mentioned that smoking fresh mint out of a glass hookah was like smoking FML, and I was
Yeah,
like, "Dude, I gotta see the hype." And dude, you were not lying. And I didn't even want to try FML in the glass hookah because I was scared. But what are your initial like comparisons from glass hookah to a traditional hookah? Like, what can people expect when they purchase their first
it's
glass
gonna
hookah?
be a cleaner smoke, so it's gonna amp up the flavor. Because just the way that it is, it's just clean glass, so you're gonna get the flavor stronger than if you're smoking out of a traditional metal pipe. Whereas the metal is gonna kind of taint the flavor a little bit. When you're smoking from glass, it's gonna be clean. Also, my big thing with glass is a lot of them do have like built-in diffusing systems. If you know me, I smoke with a diffuser on almost every hookah, like regular hookah. I like the quiet, smooth draw. So some people like to hear the bubbles and stuff, and for them, don't get a glass hookah because it's going to be quiet. So for some reason, I just like the smoothness of that. So that mixed with just the purity of the flavor is just such a good combo. And I like how we're talking price point on glass because that's a big thing. I review glass from every end of the spectrum. I've reviewed cheaper glass hookahs. I've reviewed high-end glass hookahs because it all really depends on your price point, and there's such a wide variation. And I'm really glad that Spyro did the fairly inexpensive glass hookah, just because, like you said, if someone wants to get into glass, they don't necessarily have $200-300 to drop. Now, if you do, and you can get a nicer, higher end model, that's really cool. But for a lot of people, they're just kind of curious about it. They want to get their feet wet. They want to check it out, see what it's all about. So it's nice that there's some companies out there that understand this and that are making inexpensive hookahs. I know from just like insider information, the markup on glass is very low. It's a very expensive item to make. So when you see the high prices, it's not, these companies aren't just profiting like obscene amounts. They do their best to keep the price as low as possible. And I know the vendors, they don't make a ton of money from selling glass hookahs. They really don't, just because the glass blowing process, especially local glass that they make it here in the U.S. I know a lot of Chinese glass, you can get molded glass, and it's going to be inexpensive, and it could work good. But a lot of the artisan stuff that we do out here in the U.S., it does cost a lot of money, a lot of labor, and you got to remember a lot of damage, which is just overhead, for in the glass process. You mess up on one thing, the whole hookah is done. I remember one glass company. I was pretty good friends with the owner of that, and he sent me a picture of just like glass, just shards of glass laying out from just damage that just happens in the process. So just understand that when you're buying glass, that people aren't just profiting a ton. It is actually reasonable. So I buy a lot of things wholesale, and it's not a huge savings to get glass that way. So maybe hopefully that puts some people's minds at ease. It's just a high-end item. It just is. Just the way you do it. It just unfortunately There's no cheap way to cut corners and still have a quality piece.
And a few
So
things I want to touch on. Spyro is definitely high quality. My other glass hookah, I'm not going to mention their name because I'm not, taking shots. But
because they're
the
not watching.
glass, yeah, because they're not watching. The glass is really brittle. I mean, it's a good hookah, but it seems really thin. This feels so good. Like it doesn't feel like it's gonna break. I can put heavier hoses in here, and I don't feel like it's gonna tip over. So the quality is definitely grade A. And then another thing I want to touch on is Aldrin. He asked if the downstem is built into the Spyro. This is all one solid piece except for the purge valve that obviously detaches, and this is also going to come with like a plug, a glass plug, I guess, just for like if you don't want to have a purge valve, or if you just have it on display, so you don't leave that exposed.
So
But
so it is built in.
it is built in. The downstem is built in. It's all one solid piece. And then last, I want to shout out Mills, our boy Josh Mills. Um,
Yeah, gosh.
Josh is watching, and Il Smitty J, or Il, he's with Il Smitty J. I'm not sure if he's watching or not. I assume he is. Maybe he just can't.
I think they're in
Yeah.
another Google Hangouts chat even.
Okay, so Josh usually watches from his phone, so he might not be able to hit us up in the chat box. But shout out to Wills. We see you out there, baby.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, and he says, "What is the longest session you guys have ever smoked? Just you, not a group session. Are we talking one bowl, or are we talking like just sat and smoked? Because I've gone hours. I mean, 6, 7 hours just smoking, doing stuff. But as for like one bowl, the longest maybe a Tangiers bowl that I'll smoke for like 3, 4 hours. But after that, I'm so bored of the flavor, I'm ready to change it. So
I say the longest I've gone on average, because I've had a few long sessions being on Google Hangouts with the Samsaris. I've gone 2 hours. That's probably the longest on one bowl that I've gone, and that's one set of coals. Just because the heat management works so well with the Lotus, you could do that. I could probably go longer, but I kind of get tired of a flavor after a while as well. Um, where'd it go? Bro Nizzle asks, is the smoke a little warmer with the Spyro hookah since it's small? It is going to be a little bit warmer, but it's not anything that's going to kill you. That's why I like to always mix mint with everything, so you eliminate that. And it just makes everything a nice, enjoyable, cool smoke. But like Adam touched on, with glass, it's going to be such a more smooth and cleaner smoke. It's just something you kind of have to experience, to be
yeah,
honest. Like, I'm really not doing it justice just sitting here telling you. I really, like, if you're that interested, go on and purchase a Spyro, man. Go to 5 Star, type in my discount, get you a little 15% off, and just experience the greatness of glass.
yeah. We have another one. Ghost Obsessed said, got my first glass hookah after seeing Adam's review on the Q hookah, which I like. And I actually smoked out of the Q hookah. I took it to my restaurant that day before I got sick. That's like, and I had a nice session out of that. I still love that hookah so much. That would be like on the inexpensive level, but that thing, it hits amazing. Anyway, unluckily, I accidentally broke it earlier this week. Knocked one of the slide glass on glass joints off. Took it to a local head shop to fix it for 75 bucks. Should be back in a couple weeks. That is so helpful to me because I actually had a similar thing. I have the Zara Lounge hookah, and I chipped off in cleaning one of the hose ports. So I did not know that you could possibly get those fixed at a head shop. So I am going to be looking around for someone to get that fixed because I thought I was completely doomed because I broke it. So that is like really good information. So I'm gonna thank you so much for posting that. That is really cool.
See, we learn every day. We learn from you guys too. So people
Yeah,
helping people,
I would
man.
have never thought that, but I'm glad I hung onto it and didn't toss it out. So because I really like that hookah. That is nice. So and then we
And
have Bro Nizzle says cool. That will be my first glass hookah then. So there you go.
And bro Nizzle, I will say Spyro is definitely interactive on Instagram. So when you get it, post pictures, man, and tag them. It's at Spyro Designs. They love seeing stuff like that, man. And just let us all know, man, how you're loving it. If you're loving it as much as we love our glass hookahs. So
Oh yeah. So man, all this we just got like heavy into glass talk.
I know we just went ham on the glass. Did I have any more? I did have a couple more questions. I know we'll wrap up here in a little bit.
All right, let's go. Let's go. I'm ready.
All right, so what's to come? I know you kind of touched on it, but if you can pinpoint some of the things you're really excited about on your channel, what's to come to expect in 2015 for Hookah and
The
Beyond?
yeah, the like I touched on earlier, the Hookah News segment is something I'm gonna just experiment with. I just filmed the first episode of that. I'll be editing and uploading that now. In hookah, it goes so fast. The industry is always changing, and there's always new stuff, and just little things here and there that not are maybe don't necessarily warrant like a full review on a product, but are just interesting tidbits. For example, Eric got the Samsaras. I don't have one, and I might or might not pick one up and review it, but yet, that's something maybe I want to touch on a little bit on the channel, because it's something, that you guys are interested in. So what I decided to do is kind of just put together a show, like a quick little 5-minute show where I just kind of talk about like, what's happening, in hookah. For example, even just like the release of like these thunder hoses, or Hookah John just released his new cube hookah, or cube charcoals, the titaniums. I haven't tried them yet. I'm gonna be ordering them, but that's just little things like that I know a lot of people maybe aren't as up to date or not able to be as involved and see as many things. Maybe they just have time to watch a quick video. So I just want to bring, just do kind of, once every 2 weeks or every month, just do a little segment where, hookah news. And we just, hey, this is happening, just real quick, just hit some bullet points. So I know we do a lot of that in Behind the Clouds, and we do it really in depth, but sometimes you just want to watch that quick video and just kind of get an idea of like what's happening, because maybe you watch that like, oh hey, cool, like Hookah John cube coals, I want to buy some of those, and you maybe didn't know that they were necessarily coming out, or we touched a little bit on the new haze flavors, and what I just filmed, just kind of letting everybody know what's to come. So because in Eric's position or me, I know a lot of people in the industry, so we're able to kind of see some sneak previews of some stuff, and we don't want to keep it all to ourselves. We want you guys to be part of it too. And as we get excited about things, we want to share that. So and it's also a cool chance for me to just let people on my channel know about Eric's channel over here. For example, with the Samsaras, I just kind of mentioned that he did the talk with Smoker Pass on it, and so that's definitely, if you guys are interested in the Samsaras poll, I know a lot of you guys watching right now have probably already saw this. And oh, shout out to Odie, because he just said, WTF is this POS?
He's just jelly he's not in here.
Hold on, this is great, because Il Smitty just said, all I heard is the Q hookah got you sick, last smoke before dying, lol. Actually, I have a story about that, because Odie's watching right now, so I'm going to call you out right here. Okay, so we're all hanging out, and I'm kind of feeling like maybe I'm gonna get sick, but I'm, you can kind of, when you get pre-sick, a little bit pre-sick, it's kind of on the way. And so then Johnny from Pure Tobacco, he was there with us hanging out, and he tells Odie, hey, you should just kind of troll these guys, go pack a bowl with like coffee grounds, and see what they think. So Odie's like, all right, no problem. So he goes to the back, and you gotta remember this is a restaurant, it's a kitchen here. So he packs a bowl and he comes out and he puts black pepper and red pepper and a little pure perfect peach and some coffee grounds, and he packs his bowl, and it's ripping, right? And man, we start taking pulls out of that, and it's basically like smoking fire. It was one of the most miserable things. So that was the end of the night. We had been smoking, having a good time. That was the last thing I tasted, and then I couldn't smoke for 5 days. So that really, like, the lingering thought in my mind of hookah was like this pepper bowl, and it was just, it was one of the worst things ever. So yeah, you want to know what this is all about, Odie? That's what this is all about.
There it is. There it is. Just to touch on real quick some things that I have coming in 2015.
Yeah.
More things like this, like live one-on-ones and just interacting with other reviewers. I just want to interact with as many people as I can, get different point of views. And Behind the Clouds, we're going to go even more harder on that. That was kind of our finale for 2014 as a crew, as a team. And we definitely learned a lot. And we've seen some areas we want to improve on and some things we want to incorporate. So really excited for the new Behind the Clouds stuff. And that's actually all of our channels. We're going to be rotating that. And I'm trying to do some skits between reviews just to kind of keep it interesting. Like I did that one story about cereal, and it had nothing to do with hookah, but it's just kind of giving you guys another layer of J Nuck. I hate talking in third person, but whatever. It's just to give you guys another layer and just kind of keep everything flowing. You know what I mean? I don't want to just be hookah 24/7, unless that's what you guys want. If you guys aren't digging it, let me know. We can definitely get that fixed because this channel is yours after all. So I'm just kind of the pilot. You tell me what direction I need to go, where I need to fly. But I'm just trying out some new stuff. But the reviews are definitely going to be there. I'm also incorporating quick hits, which I got to give props to you, Adam. I'm not really biting your style, but I'm seeing like how you get out these reviews really quick, and I have so many things to review that this is the best way for me to address it, so I'm not in such a backlog. So it doesn't mean oh, I don't like this flavor as much, so it's just going to be a quick hit. It's just something so I can get more information out to all of you on a more consistent basis, kind of keep the channel active always. So that's kind of what I got coming in 2015. I'm really excited. I can't wait to do more Behind the Clouds. That's probably what I'm most excited about. And Adam's planning this next episode. So when should they expect for a show to come?
I'm gonna be taking a little trip. My days off are like Monday and sometimes Tuesdays, so I'm gonna be taking a trip these next couple days off, and then this next Monday and Tuesday, and then I'm hoping for like the 19th or 20th doing a live Behind the Clouds. I've already been in talks with a couple folks to possibly be guests, and which means giveaways. So we're working on that. So yeah, I've talked to a couple people. So I want to try to just bring you guys like a wonderful show. I know every time I try to do it and plan it out, like something happens. Again, I've been like extremely ill this year for some reason. I don't know what it is, but too much stress maybe. But yeah, so I'm gonna be working on that, and hopefully we can bring you guys bigger and better things here in 2015. And it just made me really happy just seeing that.
Ill Smitty comment? Me too, dude.
Well, but then I'm like reading like the fact that like Odie writes WTF is his POS, and they said lel GG taking back clouds Death Bull ha 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 OMG I love taking back clouds. Like that kind of banter is just the banter that I get to enjoy on like a daily basis. Just like the looniness and craziness of like my friends and family is just out of this world. So it really is like through my workday, just we have a couple little chats on Facebook with like different people, and it just really like it's really special. It just gets me through the day, like, and just seeing that here, it's just funny. Like I love you guys.
Awesome.
But then yeah, Il Smitty says, yeah, I think you and Adam together is the best one-on-one. You two should try to do this more often. You guys seem to be the best at working in the crowd, which I think is great. We enjoy it. That cereal video was amazing though. So
that hits the heart right there.
So, Il Smitty, what are we comparing like our one-on-one to? Like, as compared to what? Just me by myself? Because yeah, that's extremely boring. And
no,
then
it's not. Stop
Odie says, "I want you, Hookah and beyond." Oh, trust me. Once your planter is done, you will have me.
Dude, look at that.
Over here now. Good luck.
Odie's supposed to be my free agent. And he's over here flirting with another team. Like, I know he was originally yours, but I gave him a max contract. What's up with that?
I'm just saying, man. He misses home. He's gonna come back to Cleveland.
Oh no! Don't say that.
Shout out Columbus, Ohio, where we were smoking earlier today. Apparently.
Allegedly. Out Columbus.
So yeah, no, yeah, definitely. This next year is gonna be so fun. I mean, it's already started, and hopefully, I'll be able to get more and more videos. I'm debating, and maybe I'll ask your viewers here, but on my channel, I'm going to be, at the end of February here, it looks like I'm going to be making a huge move, and, I mean, we're talking about, like, a month or so in transition. So I'm debating to try to do almost like a vlog-style thing. I might not be able to sit down and necessarily do full-on reviews, but I don't know what, maybe I'll just ask you, whoever's watching here, or who views this later, if you guys think that's something you guys want to see, just kind of, vlog of what's happening in my life, even just starting a hookah lounge and things like that. That might be kind of fun for some of you guys. I don't know. Or if I should just take a break from videos for like a month, but I don't know. So I haven't fully decided. So things are going to be kind of crazy here. I'm going to do my best to get as much content out as I can in the next like 6 weeks or whatever before everything goes crazy. But yeah, so I'm kind of just trying to figure things out, at least on my channel. But see, I could always do behind the clouds. That's easy. I don't, it's free flowing as long as I got the time. So you'll always see me there. But as for my channel, you'll be getting like some steady content here for a while, and then I'm gonna try to figure out how best to like pass like a month or two of time. But then once I get into a lounge, you guys get to see some videos live from a lounge. So I'll be reviewing from there, which will be kind of fun. So I don't think anybody reviews from a lounge that I know of. Like
Nope.
I've done some reviews from lounges, but not actual like a home lounge. So that'll be something. And then hopefully I'll be able to get into like some more tutorials and stuff because I know you guys really enjoy those, and I'm always asked for like different tutorials. But those take a lot of time, and you have to have the right space and get the camera right, and there's just a lot that goes into that. So hopefully when I'm in a better location, I'll be able to respond to a lot more of those requests for tutorials and stuff.
And leave those in the comments below, those suggestions that he asked for, because the chat box it disappears after the show stops broadcasting. So he can see those. Definitely please comment below and leave it. And let's get away from Nux subscribers and my subscribers. Let's subscribe to him. Subscribe to Hookah and Beyond. You're not gonna be displeased. You will love his content. So let's combine it. You know what I mean? Let's have a fusion going here, and go subscribe, and let's get away from that. Nux subscribers, Adam subscribers. Let's make this bigger than what it is. You know what I mean? So
we're all the
definitely,
same.
we're all the same, man. We're all the same team, man.
Well, it looks like just from like the comments here, it looks like we have a shout out to Kemba Walker and Josh Smith. Lol lol lol. And then we have a shout out to Boise, Idaho.
Oh my God.
And then we have David Howell, yeah, vlog it up. And then Bro Nizzle says we need more 50s style inspired hookah reviews. Oh, trust me, I got some ideas coming your way. Just wait. And then Taking Back Clouds vlog about starting a lounge OP. See, he's gonna get it. He's gonna get all the up-to-date stuff anyway. But see, the fact that he wants me to vlog it, is worth.
That would be interesting, actually. I'd definitely tune in, like hookah reality show.
Yeah, and because see, I'm curious about it too, because I never did it either. So you guys are gonna be like going on the journey with me. We're gonna all be confused. And then Il Smitty says, yeah, vlogs are cool, or even if you did multiple flavors in one video, just like 1-2 minutes on each flavor from a different smoke session. Yeah, that's actually a really good idea too. And then Taking Back Clouds with the best idea says take vids of the hotties at your lounge. Obviously, he cares because he knows what the viewers want. Like, that's it right there. So even though I have the best hottie of all, so.
There you go. Oh, the feels. I give the half heart. So it looks like Cho wants to join, but we're actually about to wrap up. It's been
whenever Cho wants to join, we're out of time. So.
But in honor of Cho, Annyeong aso.
Well, hey, Eric, thanks for having me on. And everyone who's watching, thanks for like joining us for this little talk. It was kind of impromptu. I've been kind of AWOL. If you guys follow my Instagram, you see I've been just hanging out with people left and right, which has been really special, but it also makes it harder to leave. So I'm like, it's all a trap. It's all calculated to make like the final episode really sad. So, but I'm enjoying the ride as I go.
And on that note, I want to get this captured on video as we sign out. Adam, I legit love you, man. Seriously.
Hey, the feeling's mutual.
Legit love right
even if
here.
I never sent you copy.
We'll talk about that later off camera. Anyhow, all right. Well, thanks everybody for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed what we had to bring. Like I said, definitely go head on over to Hookah and Beyond's channel and subscribe. Like I said, you're gonna love the content. I promise. It's very entertaining. So if you have nothing else to say, I think that's gonna wrap it up.
Yeah, just thanks a lot, guys.
Come on, you got to take us out properly. You're saying.
Stay cute, America.
Stay cute, America. See y'all on the next one. Peace.